do that. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading. It's bubbatrading.com. If you like the information, and there's a lot of it there, helpful to buyers or sellers. Todd, livestock trade, higher all the way to that crop report at noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Chicago time. Things turned around in pretty much of a hurry in the cattle especially.
Well, you know, Mark, I think it's important to understand. About 2 weeks ago, I think right before you went away, or maybe a little longer, we decided that we were no longer bearish on the space and we were looking for spots to buy. But I said back then that the rate of change, the way that we were going up was short covering, and I wanted to see a pullback before I would actually be interested in buying, although I was no longer into shorting. But then we made such a spike move. Last week I said, you want to be a seller at 137 on live cattle, and you want to be a seller at 168 in the feeders, waiting for them to come down. Now, I still want to look for, I'm still really looking for spots to buy it, but I think you're going to see a little bit lower prices. I think you want to look for about 126 or so in live cattle. That seems to be a very good number that the market looks like they want to hold there, and I think that's where you're going to see some real buying come back in. The buying we had previous to this, Mark, was all short covering. You can see by the way the markets are going what we call parabolic. That was not true natural trading. That was people that were stuck, that were begging to get their way out, and the market makers or whoever was holding their feet to the fire, making them pay up on every tick. Now you're going to see some real trade. I think if we can see a little bit of a dip, I want to be a buyer. I think the space is good. I just want to get the right level.
And that right level for you, anyway, is around 126. I hear that on the live cattle.
Yeah, 126, 127. That's where I want to start looking. Now, again, that can change in a day. We might hold here at 130, and then I might say to you tomorrow, hey, 130 looks like it's holding is a much better level. Let's look here. But for right now, on the longer-term view, 126 looks like a pretty good number.
All right, turning to feed, so we're down about 40, 50, 60 points here in live cattle. Turning to feeder cattle, higher early now. They've come back. They went down the March, interesting, around 50, 155 and a half, and now over 157. Talk about numbers that you're watching in March feeders.
Well, you know, I think that March feeders, again, same story. I want to find a spot to buy them, but I want them a little bit lower. I want closer to 150 here, and I think we got a good chance to see it because we got up to that 168 level. Yeah. Now we're pulling back down, and again, the feeders did the same thing as live. They went parabolic. They went straight up, and that's a sign of fear buying, not true buying. So I'm going to see some true buying, and I think you're going to see, I think the true buyers are trying to step in when they went parabolic last time, and I think what will happen is we're going to find a good solid level. And right now it's about 150, but that can, again, that's always subject to change based on where we see where the money starts to come, and then we can get a better view.
Watch the money, as you have said many times. Looking at the lean hog complex then. Lean hogs have held the advance, and adding to it, talk about February, over 61 and a half.
Well, now, again, we talked about this for weeks. We said, if it gets over 60, we want to be an owner. And here we are, over 60, and we've been over 60 for about 2 weeks now. That's what I was waiting for, that resistance above head. We were stuck between 56 and 60 for about 4 or 5 weeks. We finally broke above it, came back down to 60, and off we go. I think we've got room to go a lot higher here. We see what's going on in the future. The contango is wider. I think you get higher prices coming, and I think that, you know, it's going to be a good season for the hogs.
Well, thanks for your time today. Good to talk to you as always. We look forward to a lot more before this week is over. Todd, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Todd Horwitz, live from Chicago. Bubba